everyone, I'm Sunny, and today's pick a card reading is going to be about their hidden feelings. So I have 4 piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stop the video if you feel like you need more time to contemplate on your question and the person in your mind. Otherwise, skip to the timestamp in the description. I'll see you there. So first pile number 1, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. So what are their hidden feelings? Regardless if they're positive or negative, this person's very much thinking about strategic ways to figure out how to manage their finances or how to make ends meet. Maybe they're not talking to people too much in this point because 1, they're not going to help them. 2, it's not their business. Or 3, it's more or less like, even if they did talk about it, it's not like friends and family can do much about it because they have to put in the effort, or they're not going to come up too much with too many ways to strategize to come up with like inventive ways to come up with the money that they need or the money that is required for them to sustain their lifestyle, things like that. Or maybe it's like a new job opportunity where they're interested in it but they're like considering it. They're still, I don't want to say hypothesizing. Pondering is the proper word. They're pondering about whether they can achieve this, right? And especially with the Queen of Wands, or someone that is not taking action just yet because they're kind of like, whether they don't have the confidence to take action or they are still kind of thinking about it and not so much in the action process. They're still kind of internalizing a lot of that energy. That's what this person's thinking about. They're not really focused on, if you're thinking about a specific person, like a romantic sense. Sorry, a sip of water. They're not specifically thinking about a romantic connection in this moment. It's not in their mind. And for some of you, it's like I don't know why I keep thinking you're asking specifically about, even though it's a feminine, it feels to me like some of you are asking about a fatherly figure for some reason, or like a parental figure, a role in your life that is maybe not you specifically, but this person, and they maybe got cut off and they have to figure out ways to come up with that money, or like they were being financed or helped out in some way, supported, or even if it's like a feminine, it just feels like they were being helped out a bit, but they're like no longer receiving that help, so they're having to figure out their finances in that aspect. That's more or less what I feel for this pile, that money's on their mind and how to achieve that money, how to successfully retain that money for the long term, or like save that money for the long haul and like maybe below their means, so that they're not worried so much about their finances, because that's kind of like on their mind kind of a lot. So thank you, pile number 1. Next, pile number 2. Oops. You have the Ace of Wands reversed and the 3 of Swords upright. So this person, their hidden feelings is that they're experiencing heartbreak, whether they received heartbreak because they got turned down, or they experienced someone possibly stepping out of them, like of their relationship, of their union, a formal union, even like a marriage. They are someone that had to learn to, unfortunately, not trust the person. They had to learn the hard way not to trust the person that they were in love with. They found out a lot of unfortunate truths, or maybe that their partner was keeping important secrets from them and they didn't appreciate that, and it was very much like deal breakers for them. It's not something that they could work through. Like, how could I say? Like if someone is perhaps strongly opposed against like drinking, and this person was drinking a little too much, right? Or like this person had would kept their vices like secret, and then it was because maybe it was like something traumatic that they had to experience like growing up, things like that, and it's like, oh, this is like the end of that. For example, it doesn't always have to be like heartbreak that's like cheating, but it's like typically it's alluded to that, like, or maybe it's like that was the vice itself was like a third party, right? Where it's like you love this, but you love your person, but the person itself loves their specific addiction, and then it was kind of hard to break. It's like a vicious cycle. So it could be like that for some. It's not for everybody. This is very specifically for certain people who chose pile number 2. I think also with the Ace of Wands reverse, the spark is gone. I feel that maybe if a person felt like they were being cheated on, or they had a bit of a wandering eye, maybe they didn't go all the way, but they knew that their partner had feelings for somebody else. It was very much because the spark was gone. They didn't feel the energy. It was a lot of energy being drained from the relationship from both parties, I feel. And that's their hidden feelings, that they're kind of going through some heartbreak, but they're not being super, not exclusive, let's say, but it's more so they're not very public about what's going on with their heart space. That's what I feel for this one. It's like, oh, my heart's not feeling great, but I'm still hanging on. I'm still trying to recover and kind of like feel not feel, but like they are feeling very much, but they're trying to be a little bit more logical and not so much like, if I continue to work on this heart space, think from this heart space, I'm just gonna get hurt again. So I think I have to really focus my drive into something else that's gonna make me feel really good about myself, and but just not put that on somebody else. Like it's like being self-sufficient, but more so like picking up a hobby, for example, or picking up something that like makes the mind busy, so that you're not thinking about this connection, like time will heal this wound kind of thing. But yeah, I think this person is going through some heartbreak and they're kind of hiding that, or maybe they're going through a separation or in the talks of separation. Something that's being hidden from everybody else. So thank you, pile 2. Pile number 3. You guys have the Sun upright, and then you guys have the 8 of Wands upright. Wow. So what are their hidden feelings? There you go. Sorry. So pile number 3, let me just take a water quick. Pile number 3, the person in your mind, they're hiding that they have a lot of, I don't know why they would be hiding this, but there's something creative that they're doing or something that's making them feel very happy, like they're in touch with their inner child, and they're going full force when it comes to taking action upon this activity. Or if they're like if they're traveling, for example, they're doing a lot of fun things, they're kind of keeping it away from people because they're like, oh, they're just gonna mess with my happiness. Like I don't need to tell them that I went to like this other state or this other location just to chill and like camp, or like I went to go to like this like a concert like in the middle of the desert or something, and like I don't want to hear it. Like I just want to have fun. I want to have like a free spirit. Like they're doing creative ways to express themselves. They're finding that inner light that makes them feel very joyous and happy, or they themselves could be also exploring that idea, for some, not all, of conceiving a child, but not so much on that, but just very few. I don't think many people would have this type of scenario, but it does feel like this person in particular is reaching out to their inner child, making themselves happy by doing the things that make them feel happy at some point when they were younger, and then they kind of had to stop because they had their responsibilities to withhold, or that they had to be a proper adult, quote unquote. So they are someone that's very fun and enlightened. I don't think I'm saying that word right now properly, but yeah, I do think this person is having a lot of fun, and their hidden feelings is that I don't think it's so much I don't think they can possibly hide those hidden feelings too much, because they are a very joyous person, or it's something that they've been receiving, like good news, that it's kind of hard to hold in. Like, how could you keep so much happiness, like so much joy in away from prying eyes or something, when you want to share it? I feel like their hidden feelings is that maybe you make them feel very happy if you are in contact with this person. For some of you, only if this resonates, but maybe you're the person who makes them feel like a little kid, or you are someone that reminds them of who they once were. But it does feel like there's someone that's just very happy in this moment. That's their hidden feelings, but they're being like it just feels like strong Leo, strong fire sign for this. So I feel like they have a lot of drive, a lot of not innovation, initiation. I'm thinking of certain words, but I can't think of the word. But they're very good at initiating and, you know, doing things their way, and really involving that heart space that makes them feel alive. There's so much fire in this person, but a good kind of fire, a lot of good drive, a lot of dedication to, you know, a lot of artsy stuff, I feel. But yeah, this person is hiding those things from you, or maybe from the world, for their own agenda, right? But I don't feel this is so much like negative energy. It's just something like, I'm kind of focusing more on myself. I'm really just, there you go. This person is being more independent and focusing on themselves. They don't really want to be conscientious of people around them, because they're not trying to appease for others. They're trying to appease themselves and make themselves happy. So that's what I feel. They're really just kind of being their own person. So thank you, pile 3. Pile number 4, last but not least, you guys have, sorry, I need to catch my breath. You guys have the 7 of Wands upright, and then your last card, the only card, Queen of Pentacles upright. There you go. So what are their hidden feelings for pile number? If I said pile 3, I'm sorry, it's pile 4. But what are their hidden feelings? I think this person is having to fight out competition, and maybe it's for something that they've been working on that's making them feel successful monetarily, but I feel that maybe they're treasuring an opportunity that was very coveted. So maybe they got a brand new job, for example, or a brand new, if they were already in certain position, like if you guys were working together, they ended up getting a promotion. They're kind of keeping it hush hush, maybe because I don't feel they will for long, but if that's their case, they will it will eventually be, you know, out in the open. But it does feel like they had to fight for this competition, fight the competition off for this opportunity, because it was something that everybody wanted, maybe because it had better pay or better amenities, better opportunities or connections to get to a different place. But yeah, this person is preserving this opportunity just for themselves. They are someone that is very, I think they're nurturing specifically. I just feel like they're nurturing they feel nurtured, or they're nurturing this opportunity that can that can help them grow or expand eventually to even broader audiences, or broader connection, or like it's something that's gonna let them expand. So maybe this might not apply for everybody, but it does feel like there's someone who's working on something very diligently that's gonna help them establish themselves for the long run, make themselves a name possibly. Or if it's not necessarily work related, I feel like this is like very earthy, fiery, like a fiery person. So it's something that they have a lot of dedication and drive to actually work on something that's going to help them maybe at some point like relax. Like if they work hard, they can play hard. I guess that's the best way I can say this, because I think I'm skewing the message a little bit for this one. But I do feel that this person is hiding that they're hiding that maybe that they don't, or maybe they're trying to avoid the competition by keeping things to themselves, and they're like coveting this by, like, just look at the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is caring for the pentacle, like she's covering it, she's nurturing it, she's like basically protecting it. So maybe this person is very like in a protective mode of like, I don't want anybody else to run this for me, so I'm gonna keep this to myself. Like this can be told later on when I actually have this in my hands already, right? Just so that they don't feel like maybe that they're having to do double the work, because they want to think smart, not think hard. But I do think this person is hiding opportunities from the world that maybe are gonna lead them into like more prestigious arenas. Maybe like example, like if they, for some that this can apply, Like if they end up getting married, for example, they're keeping this hush hush because it's like it's nobody else's business in this moment, because it entails like, oh, we have to spend like X amount of money for like a wedding, or we're gonna end up purchasing a house, and it's like, well, we have to keep this hush hush because people are gonna be prying about how much the cost of things are, and like how much we actually earn and stuff like that. It's like you don't need to know that people are in their business and stuff like that. So it feels like this person's kind of preserving something to themselves, mostly because it's more fructitious. I don't think that's a word, but it's more successful. Let's just put it that way. It's a better successful outcome if they just keep things certain to themselves. But they do see something secure. Like they're trying to secure something, but definitely behind the scenes, I think. And that's what they're hiding. And if you feel like it's a romantic connection, if they're hiding anything, it's just that specifically that if they do try to reach out to a specific person, whether it's you or not, they're trying to not, like example, they're trying to like maybe ask out a person or maybe ask you out, if you are in contact, but it just feels like they're gonna do that, but behind the scenes and slowly and meticulously. They're not gonna spend their time they're gonna spend their time figuring out the best way to approach the person or you, to see which one feels more not so alarming and more comfortable for you guys to actually connect, or the person to connect with the person they want to, just so that they don't feel like they have too many adversaries. It's like they want to stand out, but they want to do so in a calmer, more secure way, or that they want to feel this way so that they don't feel like they're too exposed for what they really want to go for, which is like love, for example. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much, and please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out with my growth, and I'll see you soon. So bye, everybody.